Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Noir Games. My name is Noir, obviously, and we are playing Broken Sword. Before you ask, is this the version with the shitty little pop-up images of characters that talk? Yes. Could I not have gotten the better version that didn't have that? Well, I did, and then lost it. So, suck it up.
Paris. City of love, romance and dreams. So they say. I used to say it too. But ever since that day of the murder, I've always associated my beloved Paris with death.
I mean, it's not a great sight to be associated with death, but, you know. Hopefully the sound's not too loud. Trying to check it beforehand. It should be okay. So if there's one thing I remember this game, about this particular one, there is additional content in this game. So there are sections where you play as Nico, who's not the main character, that was George Stobart. But I've never really played this version, so I wouldn't really know how to proceed in those ones. So it's kind of interesting. I like to go into games kind of blind, but not always, because usually I'd be hindered. But this is kind of a mix between two.
I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
Collard,
you have a
your
nice
ass over
house.
to Palais Royal now. You got an interview with Pierre Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon.
Really?
No
Him?
photos, so leave your gear at home. He asked for you personally. Don't ask me why. Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
So charming and so very apt. Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty.
See, I feel like when you look at
Whoa,
stuff like
I
that,
hate mimes, but unless you humor them, they don't go away.
looks better.
Here I was, the palace of the media king and the ice queen. I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events
Oh, well, you can
which
tell
would
he's not a very
change
good
my
mime.
life forever.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico Collard. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
Some of the
The
models
ice
can
queen
look
was
weird as
certainly
well.
living up to her reputation.
I kind of wish this was the original. No, you're not
Will
supposed
you
to use
be
actual
staying
glass.
for
What kind
the
of mime
interview?
are you?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty. You're too kind, madame.
Well,
The talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly.
actually,
I
I feel
was a
like
friend
these
of your
aren't too
father.
bad.
He was a great man.
My father, he never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose.
Oh, just another one.
Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the world getting older, madame. That was
Oh, well,
no
that was,
cat.
I was going to say shots fired, but
God, what? Monsieur Carchon!
why are you in character? Why would you walk up to the mime standing across him? That was stupid.
He's dead. I must call the police. You'd better stay here.
There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would have been top of my list of suspects if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already. One of the most important men in Europe murdered. And here was I, Nico Coulard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops? Or start my own investigation?
I believe we should wait for the police.
It was a no-brainer.
Yeah. Wait for police. Just bear with me a second, I'm just gonna... Oh. Yeah, we know it's play. I'm gonna go on to see if we can get subtitles. So just bear with me for now. And apparently, no, we do not have any subtitles. They actually have an option, oh, I was going to show you there.
Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime. I'd come across this murderer before, and written about him. The costume killer, at least that's what I'd called him.
Well, I'm sure others call him that as well. Yeah, you have an option for purchasing music. Well, what's this? Relaxing in the bath, why did you keep bigging that up? Creepy mime outside, that's something to take notes. Madame Carchon, cold... No, wait. Mosh... Oh, sorry, yeah. Thought you meant the body, cold as ice. The grim. Mr. Carchon is suave and charming, living up to his reputation. Played along with his flirtation. Sound of a vase, or vase, smashing, and M. Carchon went to investigate a gunshot. I rushed to the room and found a mime standing over his body. I then walked over to the mime as if nothing was actually wrong. Mime beckoned. I walked over, stupidly, knocked me out. Came to, found... I like to think you're actually writing these as you're actually doing that, so... Oh, been punched. Must get to the bottom of the story before the police arrive. Oh right, so we're not waiting for the police.
I closed his eyes. It was the least I could do for the poor fellow.
Or...
I opened his eyes. Best to leave the crime scene as I found it.
Closed.
I closed it.
Open.
I opened his eyes.
Closed.
I closed.
Open. Let's just leave it as that.
Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me of an old boyfriend.
Whoa, okay.
In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now.
Yeah, but fuck it. I'm sure the police are quite useless to
Carchon
this.
had been shot.
You don't fucking say.
I closed. I opened...
Think. Let's have a look at... statue.
A bust of Pierre Carchon, humble servant of La France.
So, let's have a look.
A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job.
Do you know, it has just dawned on me the fact that the subtitles are appearing there. I just didn't seem to appear during cutscenes or whatever it was.
I didn't want to cut myself and leave blood on the glass.
Yeah, that'd
Call
be...
me old-fashioned, but I like to keep my DNA to myself.
Okay, Nico. You have left DNA
The killer
on...
must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone.
Yeah,
As he
you've
folded
used
that ladder,
DNA on
popped it in his
door
pocket
now.
and took it with him.
Also, why does that door lead nowhere? Is it supposed to be a balcony? I don't get it.
The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them.
Can I die at this point? Because police show up and we're like, ah, and shoot me.
I reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful.
Oh, but there's a hole.
Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
Is that paint?
It was a tube of acrylic paint. French ultramarine. Just the color I was after for my bathroom.
Are
I'm
you
sorry,
for
I
real?
have to go. Someone is...
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint.
Robbing.
It's my favorite color.
You're stealing from
For
a dead
God's
man.
sake, keep the damn stuff.
Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't going to tell her that.
Why reassure a grieving widow?
Excuse me, madame.
Yes? The last thing she needed to talk about was paint.
But I want to know if I can keep
You're
it.
upset, madame. Please take this.
That is the lace cloth from the table. What can you be thinking?
What's this?
So, her husband took secret boat trips. Did she really need to see the ticket?
Probably. It could give you a clue. Did you see the mime?
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start.
Well, cool. Who's this Bruce Wayne
How
character?
did your husband know my father?
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Collard?
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know, most of them women.
You do have to keep bringing that up, don't you?
I am so sorry for your loss, madame.
Nah,
No,
that's
you're
cool.
not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Wow.
Not true.
We shall see.
Harsh? Right.
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No, and frankly I preferred it that way. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronize me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you
Well,
have any moral
that's generalization.
sense
Let's be evil.
Yes, that's why I do this job.
at all? You do it to see your name in print.
As if my editor gets the byline, I just do the work.
Well, don't expect my sympathy.
Well,
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The
Well.
dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
oh well, you can.
Your husband invited me here today because he needed me. I think he knew somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
You're wrong. I was onto his killers already, I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
You really do have a moral sense, don't you? I trust so few people.
You trust me
and
after
perhaps
nothing.
Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall. It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this.
You're probably going to regret it. I don't understand why you were so hostile until I was like, oh, maybe I know. Is this the room?
The door was locked.
Let's just get... Okay. I couldn't really change the thing either, the screen resolution.
Now
So
we
there's
were
bars on
getting
the side.
somewhere.
I was thinking, oh, it's maybe not the old version, but at least it's an updated version, so it won't do the weird bars. No. Not even slightly. Is that a piggy bank?
As expected, the desk was
It's an
written
elephant
as a
bag.
priceless antique. Yawn. The blotter and in tray had clearly been placed with mathematical precision. I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper. Not while it was blank.
What about the
My
elephant?
heart skipped a beat. It was a carved elephant. But not just any carved elephant. It had been made by my father. I knew for certain because in my apartment I had its exact twin, carved into a box he had made. So Cochon had known my father. They really must have been friends.
Or
I
maybe he just
decided to
stole
take
it.
the carved elephant. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda.
So we're stealing more things from the grieving widow. Right. There's got to be a few things here. As I said, this is not in the original game. This is actually
The painting
additional
showed the
content.
Cachons together, in love. As the poet said, the past is a different country, Or did I read that in a fortune cookie?
What's the button?
There was the very faintest of clicks.
Do I turn off the lights?
I didn't need the lights on.
Ah, right, so the lights aren't on.
This wasn't the time for me to lie on the sofa doing my Marie Antoinette impression. Though it is very popular at parties, especially with gay guys. Don't ask me why.
I'm not going to. Why is that relevant? Ah, there we go.
Behind the picture was a safe.
I can't really open this,
The
though.
safe was locked. I needed the key.
Do I have a key? I have a key.
It was the wrong kind of key.
Well, that's unfortunate. Christ, what did I do again? I have done this bit at the start, but I've never actually finished.
It was a sheet of blot. I didn't want to take the...
Is there supposed to be ink? I feel like I remember that. What's in the cupboard? Is that a cupboard? Is that a door? I don't know.
Locked. Not surprising, really.
No, wrong one.
It didn't work, but I guess it would have been surprising if it had.
Would it have been? Okay. I'm hoping this is not going to be a case of like having to check constantly. Why are the police not here yet?
The bookcase was filled with obscure first editions.
What kind of useless police are there in Paris? So let's see. Maybe I should just phone somebody.
There was no one I needed to phone.
Okay, of course.
Not until I had solved this case.
What about the editor? Help? Send help? Before police come? Arrest me for tampering with the scene? Go to click properly.
Did you find anything useful?
Yeah, I like your elephant.
This carving. Do you know anything about it?
It was Pierre's. What does the statue have to do with...
Please, I need to know.
He was given it by a friend. Something to do with Africa.
He never
Of
explained
course.
any more.
Elephants.
No.
Africa.
But
We're
I
all
think
fits
it
in.
was important to him. Always on display. Why?
It was carved by my father.
Oh, I see. I didn't know.
Just one thing. I know this is going to sound strange, but did your husband ever mention... Did he ever talk to you about a penguin? Or a snowman?
What? I don't understand.
I don't think
He
anyone will
never
understand.
mentioned people dressed up as penguins.
Nico, I don't know what you're talking.
My dear,
You should go before the police arrive. There will be many awkward questions. I am grateful that you stayed. You've been so kind.
please, call if there is anything I can do. I'd misjudged her. From the sound of it, no one... Maybe I should...
Okay, so I guess we're fine. I was clicking out there, but I thought there was a problem.
A magnificent antique table.
Do I have anything here now? Oh. I know what to do. I know what to do. Probably. I say that, and then I'm going to, you know, lose. Let's put some paint in here. Let's vandalise this dead person's household now.
I'd spread blue paint over the bottom of the tray. It was ruined. I was a very bad girl, but also quite a clever one.
I feel like that was probably not as sexy as you thought it was. Let's put the elephant in.
No.
Oh, okay. Let's put... Okay, that was the last of my
I
idea.
didn't want to take the tray, but in a way... I didn't need...
Crap.
No.
That's not gonna work.
That's
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I thought the elephant...
No. No.
The elephant was left out for a reason. I don't know what to do after all. Interface help. Okay. I was actually looking to see if I could do something there. Is there a book I can read?
It contained rows of titles I didn't recognize.
Not very helpful. Maybe there's more on the dead body.
Pierre Cachon was stiff for the last time.
Oh, there we go.
It was one of my hair clips. It must have fallen. I closed. I opened.
That's never going to get old. Right, I'll leave this about 20 minutes now, so what I'm going to do is going to leave this episode and then we'll continue on. Hopefully we'll actually get to the point where I actually know what to do, so we're not stuck at waiting about for ages. Until then guys, I shall catch you later. And if you want to catch more of this series, I'll try and upload this all into a playlist. And if you subscribe, you'll be able to see more. Feel like a broken record, and this is the usual Let's Player talk, but it's true. So until then guys, catch you later. Bye bye.